I'll never forget that morning in the summer of 2019, standing in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, watching my wife Emily and our 2 kids, Jacob, who was 10, and Sarah, who was 7, climb the trail without me. We had planned that vacation for months. I told everyone I was excited, but the truth is I was terrified. I already knew I couldn't keep up. Just walking from the parking lot to the trailhead left me breathless, my shirt sticking to my chest, sweat rolling down my back. I remember pretending to tie my shoes just to catch my breath, but my son looked back and said, "Dad, are you coming?" And in that moment, I froze. I told them, "Go ahead without me, I'll wait down here." I watched them laugh, hike, and disappear into the trees while I sat alone on a bench, ashamed. And I'll be honest with you. Something broke inside me that day. Watching my family live life while I sat still, too heavy, too tired, too sick to join them. It cut deeper than anything anyone had ever said to me. And right there, in the quiet of that mountain trail, I told myself, if I could control my mind, truly control it, then my weight loss was only a matter of time. My name is Daniel Miller. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. I was 38 years old back then, and I weighed 365 pounds. I'm 6 feet tall, but at that weight, even standing felt like a chore. My whole life, food had been my comfort. Late-night fast food runs, big sugary sodas, pizza deliveries that I'd eat almost entirely by myself. At work, I'm an IT manager. I sat all day, and by the time I got home, I was too exhausted to do anything but sit more. I wore size 4XL shirts and 54-inch waist jeans. My knees hurt climbing stairs, my back ached sitting at my desk. The doctor had already warned me about my blood pressure and cholesterol, and my blood sugar was on the edge of type 2 diabetes. But worse than the numbers were the little things, avoiding mirrors, ducking out of photos, pretending I didn't see the stairs when I walked into a room. My kids wanted to play tag in the backyard, and I'd say, maybe later, even though later never came. Emily tried to encourage me gently, but I could see the sadness in her eyes when I turned down yet another family activity. For years, I convinced myself I'd lose the weight someday, but someday never came. Until that hike. That night, after the trail, I sat in the hotel bathroom looking at myself in the mirror. My face was red, puffy, and I had dark circles under my eyes. I thought about the look on Jacob's face when I told him I couldn't come. He didn't say anything, but I saw the disappointment, and suddenly, I remembered something else. 2 months earlier, during my annual checkup, Dr. Henderson had looked me in the eyes and said, "Daniel, if you don't make changes now, you're looking at diabetes within a year. And honestly, you're at real risk for a heart attack." Back then, I had brushed it off, told myself doctors always exaggerate. But sitting there hearing echoes of his words, I realized he was right. I thought about Emily being left alone to raise the kids. I thought about missing graduations, weddings, all because I couldn't put the fork down. And then in the quiet, I made myself a promise. I said out loud, whispering to that man in the mirror, "This time I change. No excuses. No more waiting for someday." And deep down, I knew this was it. I either took back control or I lost everything that mattered. The first week was brutal. I started by logging every single thing I ate. My first entry: breakfast, sausage biscuit with gravy, hash browns, large sweet tea, 180 calories. Lunch, bacon cheeseburger, fries, Coke, 2,400 calories. Dinner: large pizza, 6 slices, garlic bread, 3 beers, 2,300 calories. When I saw the number at the bottom, 4,180 calories, I wanted to throw the notebook away. No wonder I was 365 pounds. The next day I cut the soda. Just water. That alone gave me a pounding headache for 3 days straight. My body screamed for sugar, and every time I passed a gas station, I wanted to pull over. At the gym, it wasn't any easier. I walked in wearing baggy shorts and a 4XL shirt, praying no one would look at me. I stepped on the treadmill and lasted 8 minutes. My shins burned, my chest pounded. I thought everyone was staring, though in reality, no one cared. The soreness the next day was unreal. My legs felt like concrete, and climbing stairs at work made me wince. I almost quit that week, but then something small happened. I stepped on the scale after 1 week and saw 358. I had lost 7 pounds. It wasn't much compared to what I had to lose, but it was proof. proof that something was working. And for the first time in years, I felt hope. I also started taking one thing before breakfast every morning. I won't say what yet, but it gave me a surprising burst of energy, enough to power through those first workouts. And honestly, that little edge kept me going when I almost gave up. By the third month, things started to change. I was eating differently. Eggs, oatmeal, grilled chicken, rice, vegetables. I prepped meals on Sundays, stacking containers in the fridge so I had no excuses. I began every day with my routine: a glass of water, my little supplement, a short walk, and then a protein breakfast. And slowly, my body started to cooperate. I remember the first time I climbed 2 flights of stairs at work without stopping. I got to the top, and for the first time in years, I wasn't wheezing. I just breathed, and I smiled. By month 4, I had lost 40 pounds. My jeans fit looser. I had to buy a new belt. At church one Sunday, an old friend tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Daniel, you look different. Are you losing weight?" I nearly cried right there. That was when I realized this wasn't just about the number on the scale. It was about taking my life back. The months rolled on. At 300 pounds, I could jog half a mile. At 280, I finished my first full mile. I remember the sweat, the burning lungs, but also the tears in my eyes as I hit 1-0 on the treadmill screen. At 250, I bought a size XL shirt, no more 4XL. I remember standing in the dressing room at Kohl's, staring at myself, barely believing it. By the 2-year mark, I stepped on the scale, 235 pounds. I had lost 130 pounds. But the real milestone wasn't the number, it was the hike. The summer of 2021, we went back to the Smoky Mountains. Same trail, same parking lot, same bench. But this time I didn't sit down. This time, when Jacob asked, "Dad, are you coming?" I smiled and said, "Lead the way." And I climbed that trail with my family. Every step was redemption. Every laugh we shared on that hike felt like life was giving me back what I had almost thrown away. Looking back now, I don't hate my old self, I understand him. He was hurting, lost, buried under stress and addiction. He wasn't lazy. He was trapped. I learned that motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what saves you. I learned that progress isn't fast or glamorous. It's one choice at a time, one day at a time. I even wrote down my whole routine, every step, every meal, every workout, because I wanted to remember what it took, and I'll never forget it. Today I'm 41 years old, 235 pounds and still going strong. My blood pressure? Normal. Cholesterol? Normal. Blood sugar? Perfect. I walk every morning at sunrise. I play basketball with Jacob, chase Sarah around the yard, dance with Emily in the kitchen. And here's what I want to say to you. If you're listening to this, sitting in a body that feels like a prison, I know how heavy it feels. I know the shame, the exhaustion, the doubt. But I promise you, it's possible. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start. Start with water instead of soda. Start with a 5-minute walk. Start with logging your food. One step at a time. And one day you'll look back and realize you climbed the mountain you thought was impossible. So don't give up. Don't wait for someday. Someday is now. And if my story means anything, let it be this. You are stronger than you believe, and your future is worth fighting for. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more true transformation stories. And if you're serious about transforming your health, remember, lasting change starts with mastering your mind, eating smart, moving daily, and yes, using the right proven supplements. Our website, weightlossspeech.com, is packed with science-backed diet plans, powerful workouts, and proven supplement tips to help you reach your goals faster. This is Daniel Miller, and this was the story of how I lost 130 pounds and took my life back.